Night Sports Spotlight here on your Community Cable Network. I'm Bob Hickox along with Ted McFerrin, and tonight we come to you from Ironman Stadium where the 5-3 Danville Ironmen will take on the 8-0 Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes. Should be a good, exciting, and tough ball game tonight, Ted. What should we expect to see?
Well, you know, a lot was made of Dave Zielinski's comment at the end of last week. He was excited over their victory, and he said something to the fact that this week Mount Carmel was coming into Danville and they were going to put a whooping on him. You know, and I don't put a whole lot of credence into that. Some people are upset over what he said. You know, I think you have to look at Coach C was excited. Number one, he beat Milton last Monday night. He came back and beat Central Columbia on Friday night. You know, he was excited because his defense has played well, and they have played well the last few weeks. And if they can get the offense going to where everybody thought it would be this season, this might be a good game. I think it was one of those games pinpointed in the schedule months ago saying, hey, come this night, Danville could be undefeated, Mount Carmel could be undefeated, this could be a great game. Well, it hasn't panned out that way. Danville's not undefeated, but they're 5-3, and they played better ball the last couple weeks. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, Ted, with Dave Shinsky, a definite Division I prospect at quarterback, throws like crazy, this Danville defense is going to have to play up to par in order to keep Mount Carmel off the board.
No, there's no doubt about it. You know, Shinsky is just having a great season. He's highly recruited. You look at the 3 games that they played in a row, Southern, I think it was, and Shamokin and Pottsville, you know, where their defense played well. They didn't give up a point in those 3 games, and they scored many points, you know, and Shinsky says that was the turnaround of their season. You know, Danville's defense is going to have to be just error-free tonight in order to beat Mount Carmel.
And like you said, Ted, Danville's going to have to put points on the board, too. So stay with us. We'll have all the action when we return right after this timeout.
Angel Scents Flower and Gift Shop, 45 East 4th Street, Mount Carmel, is the perfect choice for fresh or silk flower arrangements and bouquets for all occasions. For weddings, showers, or any celebration, Angel Scents can custom design decor to complement any room and help make your event elegant and memorable. Searching for a unique item for that special someone? Angel Scents offers a variety of bath and body oils, candles, including perpetuals, seasonal and holiday decorations, collectible plush, fruit, gourmet, and gift baskets, and much more. Stop in and see all that Angel Scents has to offer, or phone us at 339-6368.
Welcome back to Danville Ironman Stadium, where the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes have won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. It's a low squiver. It hits right off the ground, and immediately covered up there by number 55. Brandon Earlston and the Danville Ironmen will start first and 10. Ball be spotted on the 32-yard line. Are you ready, Ted, with tonight's lineup?
I got the starting lineups here. We'll watch this play first, and we'll give them to you.
The Ironmen come out in the power I. Handoff up the middle goes to Schultz. All right, Ted, go ahead.
Yeah, we're starting at center. Number 71, Josh Jones. At left guard, number 61, Jeff Williams. At right guard, number 66, Bruce Earlston. At right tackle, number 75, Kevin Menchikowski. At left tackle, number 56, Eric Wertman. At tight end, we have number 80, Nick Good. At wide receiver, number 87, Derek Jansky. And we'll get the running backs here after this second play.
It is now 2nd and 8. Ball just on the 34-yard line out of the eye. It's a fake. Ross back to throw. He's going deep. Trying to hit Derek Jansky. Bit overthrown.
At split end, number 2, John Curry. At quarterback, number 8, Pat Ross. At tailback, number 33, Travis Schultz. And at fullback, number 40, Lenny Gebhardt.
Well, there you take a look at the field. You can see the wet spots in there as the rain continues to fall. I know on CCN here we've had 2 postponed games due to rain, and this one very easily probably could have been, even though the rain falling is light. It brings up a 3rd and 8. Sends Curry in motion. Ross backed up pass. He hits Nick Good. And that just gets across the 45-yard line. Ball be spotted on the 46, and that'll bring up a 4th down, and it looks like the Ironmen will need to punt.
Conditions like this advantage offense because the receivers know where they're going.
Drew Litkavage and Tim Wargo back for the Red Tornadoes. Well, that will drive him all the way back. It's taken by Litkavage, and he goes down immediately. He kind of lost his footing there on the 25-yard line, and the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes will start 1st and 10. Ted with the Mount Carmel lineup.
All right, here we go. Center, number 54, Randy Swank. Left guard, number 56, Rick Greco. Right guard, number 72, Joe Dalkus. Right tackle, number 66, Jonathan Novak. And left tackle, number 77, Scott Novak. We have at tight end, number 29, Damian Buggy. And at split end, number 27, Tim Wargo. We'll bring the backs. We'll get you the backs after this play.
Shinsky hands off right up the middle to Litkavage. He'll get across the 25, and he'll be knocked down at the 29.
At quarterback, of course, we have number 8, Dave Shinsky. At tailback, number 2, Drew Litkavage. At slot back, number 21, Steve Matzura. And at fullback, number 39, Dave Brown.
Your officials tonight, your referee, Fran Botero. Jim Delbaugh is the umpire. Bob Probert is the head linesman. Roy Sanders is the line judge. Doug Hummel is the back judge. All from the Shamokin area. Didn't have to travel too far to tonight's game. There's a pitch to Litkavage, trying to get around the corner. He's got a hole, and he's across the 40. Knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line, and that'll move the sticks.
Tackled by Lenny Gebhardt down there. He's playing defensive end. He's trying to string it out, but he got pushed downfield a little bit, but he did come up with the tackle.
Litkavage with a big play, goes for the 1st down. Ball spotted on the 44-yard line, just inside the 45-yard line. They'll go ahead and split Wargo wide to the right. Motion Mazzura, pass across the middle, and that'll be caught by Mazzura.
Well, they're manning up. Danville's manning up, and Curry went in motion with Zora in motion and came up with the tackle after about a 5-yard gain.
It'll be 2nd and 5, ball on the 49-yard line, as Mount Carmel has not had any problems moving the ball yet. There you can see the rain falling. 2 receivers wide to the right, handoff right up the middle. Goes Dave Brown, and he will get across the midfield stripe, be knocked down at the 47-yard line. Earlston in there on the tackle.
Danville's going to have good game from their defensive front 5 right here. Well, really 7, the linebackers included. Now they're going to have to put pressure. They're going to have to stop the running game of Mount Carmel. They're definitely going to have to put pressure on Shinsky.
It's 3rd and about 2, a long 2. Just underway here in the first quarter. 8 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first quarter, and there's movement everywhere.
I'm not quite sure if maybe the offensive line didn't move first. We'll see what they're going to call here. I think the Danville players are saying that they were drawn off. But nope, it's going against Danville.
Oh, offsides on the orange. That will give us first down. First down.
Ball for a 1st down for Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel wearing the red and white. And Danville wearing the orange shirts and white pants, and they'll all be brown by the time this one's over. Handoff up the middle to Litkavage. He jukes to one. He's across the 30. He's got one guy to beat. He can't get him, and he'll be knocked down at about see, Hunter on the stop. That'll be knocked down on the 11-yard line as Letkavich just tore around that corner.
We had a great, Mount Carmel had a great kick-out block on the defensive end, and there was nobody there no scraping down the line to make that tackle on that point. And Sam Hummer ran him down from the left defensive end, and his pursuit angle ran him down here at about the 10-yard line.
6 foot, 225 pounds goes Sam Hummer. Mount Carmel sends 2 receivers wide to the right, handoff up the middle to Brown. He's across the 6-yard line, and they can still get a first down inside the 1. It looks like, Ted.
Yeah, about 1 yard line. They can get a first down.
And it brings up a 2nd and 6. And you can see why Mount Carmel is one of the best teams in the state. Missouri in motion, handoff up the middle of the Cabbage. He gets across the 5-yard line. Good job there by the interior of the Danville defensive line.
Yeah, Brandon Earlston made a nice play there. He picked the gap, shot the gap, and made the tackle. Now they're bringing Brandon out, looking like they're putting a little bit more beef up front.
Well, it brings up a 3rd and 4. Ball on the 5-yard line. Play coming in from the sideline there. Mike Brennan, the head coach. They'll send a receiver wide to the right, 1 wide to the left, hand up the middle. Letkavich, he's got a hole. He's down to the 2. Oh, he is just stopped short of the goal line, Ted.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out defensively what Danville's doing here. McConnell comes flying across the line there. I think he's trying to force the back into the off-tackle hole, but there's nobody there to help out with the tackle.
Well, they got a first down. I said they could get one inside the 1. Well, they did that. And it's 1st and goal for the Red Tornadoes. And it's a quarterback sneak. Shinsky is close to the line. No signal yet from the officials. Does not look like they're going to give it to him.
No, I think he was held up there, and then Hummer came in from his defensive end position and was able to pull him back off the pile. I don't think he got that extra drive he needed to get in there.
Wasn't the Hummer hammer, was it?
No.
And it'll be 2nd and goal, maybe a little bit further back. Again, out of the eye. There's another quarterback sneak. This time it is good. Dave Shinsky sneaks in that one, and it puts Mount Carmel up by a score of 6-0.
Well, that was a very methodical drive downfield. You know, nothing fancy, just off tackle. You know, a couple plays up the middle as the fullback, and the tailback hitting off tackle left and right. And of course, the long run by Wargo really set that up.
Randy Swank, who plays center, is also your kicker. He'll be kicking the extra point, and it is blocked.
Extra point, blocked. 5:42 in the first period.
And with 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first, we're going to take a timeout. Mount Carmel 6, Danville nothing. Stay with. It's PCN's Game of the Week, and we're happy to have you aboard.
We'll tell you, Drew Letkavich had carried the mail most of the time down on that drive there and did very well. I can see why they regard him as a good running back, or one of the Mount Carmel mold of running backs that they've had.
Well, Letkavich had 2 good runs down that Mount Carmel sideline. And now Shinsky will be teeing it up. Shinsky also does the punting. See if he kicks this one long. It's going to be taken. Oh, it hits Curry. Curry picks it up, and the hole closes up. About the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Danville. That they gained about 5 yards on their first carry, or their first series, Ted, and had to punt it on out of there.
Yeah, well, this is important now that they settle down. You know, the jitters should be out now. They got to settle down and to get something going here.
1st and 10. Out of the eye they go. Send Curry in motion. And they got a new quarterback in there. It is Perquette. Scott Perquette in there. And we have seen this before, Ted, where they will change quarterbacks. And it is a gain of about 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Clock ticks down to 5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Perquette at quarterback. Hand off to Schultz. Schultz across the 25-yard line down to the 26.
Yeah, they're going to have to get somebody on those linebackers, though. I had Steve Matsura scrape down the line, made the tackle that play. It looks like they're being untouched, and they're going to get any yardage running the ball. They're going to have to get some block on those linebackers.
Travis Schultz, 153 carries for 685 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into tonight's game. So he's the one that's been carrying the load. Gephardt was injured for the first couple of games, only played defense. He is your up back, sends Curry in motion. It's a quick pitch, or a quick pass to Nick Good. Nick Good gets his ticket punched at the 30, but he's going to be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, they're just not able to get enough on 1st and 2nd down. You know, they're coming into 3rd down with too much yardage to get, and you're not going to get it with a little pop pass like that.
Number 12, after the right.
It's 4th and a long 3, and Danville will be punting again to Mount Carmel. Wargo deep. Oh, man, that was close. Takes one hop on the 50. It's picked up by Wargo. He's across the 40 down to the 44-yard line.
Pulled down by Ben McConnell on the cover. Almost a blocked punt. I thought Mount Carmel was going to have great field position. As it is, they still have good field position on the 44-yard line.
Rain continues to fall there as you take a look at the stands. That's the Mount Carmel side, and you'd have to shoehorn somebody in there as they've been following their Red Tornadoes through this unbeaten season. And the Red Tornadoes have had a couple of shutouts. They've had 3 shutouts where they put some thumping on people. Shinsky hands off up the middle to LeCavage. He's across the 45 and then 46.
Menchikowski with that tackle. Yeah. Bob, you're saying about the 3 shutouts. You know, 3 games in a row in which Dave Shinsky thought that it was the turning point of their season was the 42-0 rout of Southern Columbia, the 40-0 rout of Shamokin, and the 21-0 win over Pottsville. 3 big games for Mount Carmel in which they really showed up their opponents.
Send Wargo in motion. Shinsky pass. Whoa, he fumbles, but it goes out of bounds.
McConnell with a nice defensive play there. He read the play and was out there with the coverage. That was number 27, which is Tim Wargo receiving that ball.
Yeah, Wargo just went in motion, and Shinsky just took about a 3-4 step drop and then put it over to the sideline there. McConnell able to rip that ball out of there, Ted, but it goes out of bounds, so it still stays on the Mount Carmel side, and it'll be 3rd down.
We got a 3rd and long. First time Mount Carmel has, I think, experienced a 3rd and long here.
3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, Shinsky, he picks it up.
We got a screen pass. Oh.
And it goes all the way down to the 45-yard line. Good tackle there by Brandon Earlston.
And I'll tell you, if he hadn't got that had big gain in front of him if he hadn't made that tackle.
Shinsky needs a couple of yards. He needs 26 yards passing to break Mike Higgins' school career record of 5,177 yards. Needs 12 more yards passing. They'll spread the field out here. Send 2 receivers wide to the right. Pitch to LeCavage. He's across the 45 down to the 41-yard line. And that will move the sticks.
They've really been attacking Danville's right defensive side. They must
right.
have done some scouting and figured that that's where they're going to attack and get their yardage, and they've been handling Danville's right defensive side.
Brings up a second down, 2nd and 5 to go. We're down to 2 minutes here in the first quarter. 6-0, Mount Carmel over the Danville Ironmen here in Ironman Stadium in downtown, well, just outside of downtown Danville. Oops. Here's the second offside. Is there a flag?
No, I don't think there's any flag, but there was definitely the timing was off. The center snapped the ball, before Shinsky expected it, and the timing was off.
Looks like everybody on Danville moved, but nobody on Mount Carmel moved. Well, it's still third down and 5 to go. That was just plain ugly.
I think it's longer than that, Bob. I'm looking over there. I think
7. Yeah, they lost 2 on it.
Yeah, you can barely see the yard markers over
It
there.
is tough. Shinsky back to pass.
We got a penalty. We got
Is there a reception?
No, Curry with a nice play there.
John Curry.
Probably stuck in the holding.
Motion against Mount Carmel. Probably decline it.
Now bring up a 4th down.
Over here, motion on number 30 is refused. Refused.
So the motion penalty is declined, and that'll bring up a punting situation for Mount Carmel, and Shinsky is also the punter. Gives you kind of a double threat there, Ted.
For the Red Tornadoes.
You're right. You never know what he's going to do here. But I think in this situation here, he'll punt it away, and they'll try to pin Danville back deep in their territory and hope for a turnover.
Adam Moser standing on his own 12-yard line.
Moser back to the Ironmen.
Nice punt. And he just gets away, and that's going to stay in bounds.
Nice Mount Carmel bounce.
And it'll go out about the 5-yard line.
Yep. Nice bounce for the Mount Carmel.
Ball will be spotted in the 5-yard line.
Danville hoping going in the end zone, but it bounced left.
Hey, we'd like to acknowledge the 3 million homes in the Keystone State watching this football game with the Pennsylvania Cable Network, state leader in scholastic sports programming.
Well, Bob, Danville's got to get something going. They're deep in their end zone. They've got to try to get out a little bit. Even if they can't get a drive going, they've got to at least get out of the shadow of their end zone and work field position.
Handoff straight up the middle goes Schultz, and he's across the 15-yard line, down to the 16-yard line. Pat Ross back in there for quarterback for the Ironmen. And Schultz just squirted right on through there for the big gain.
Nice run up the middle there, yes.
That's their first down. So the Ironmen do just that, Ted. They move out of the shadow of their own goal line.
Now they've got to get consistent. They've got to keep this up.
Well, Ross was in the first series. Perquette was in on the second series. Now Ross back in here as he had a chance to take a look at things going on. Send Curry in motion. Handoff up the middle. Not much going there.
Nothing going that time. No.
Was that Lenny Gephardt?
That was Gephardt. That was maybe a yard. In the middle of the...
Yep, they gave him a yard on that. It brings up a 2nd and 9.
Middle of the Tornado defense just stood their ground right there.
And that should be the end of the first quarter with Mount Carmel 6 and the Danville Ironmen nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter action when we return right after these important messages.
This is the game of the week.
Stop in the Academy Sports Center, 18 South Oak Street, Mount Carmel, and check out our expanded selection of clothing and memorabilia featuring local sports teams and organizations. For customized printing, let our experienced staff design a logo just right to commemorate your favorite business or team. Our computerized library includes artwork and clips to create the professional designs you'll be proud to display. Don't forget, the Academy stocks a full selection of York barbells and weightlifting equipment, as well as a variety of protection pads, braces, sports accessories, and more to keep your game going strong. If there's a championship in your future, the Academy has customized trophies the victor will be proud to display. The Academy Sports Center, proudly celebrating 50 years of service to our area.
Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Friday 9 to 7, and Saturday 9 to 2.
The Union National Bank, recognizes the area's only locally owned bank, offers friendly and professional service. The Union National Bank provides convenient hours, full-service banking, Mac machine access, and drive-through banking at 2 locations, 3rd and Oak Street, Mount Carmel, and Route 42, Numidia. Or take advantage of fast and friendly service at Union National Bank's additional drive-through facility until 4 p.m., located at 3rd and Hickory Street, Mount Carmel. Union National Bank, in Mount Carmel, open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. And Numidia, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. The Union National Bank, helping local residents and businesses since 1906.
Brennan for the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes, walking the sideline in the rain. Handoff goes off tackle. Travis Schultz will get a few on that.
Steve Litsura making the stop for Mount Carmel.
Okay, Litsura, yep.
And the rain continues to fall here in Danville. At the conclusion of tonight's contest, Ted and I will be picking the Danville player of the game. Award him that CCN white hat. Could use it to keep the rain off his brow tonight. It is 3rd and about 6. And it's the option, a pitch to Schultz, he cuts it up. And he'll get maybe a yard or 2 on that. And Danville will have to punt it on out of there one more time.
Tricky play, you know, in this kind of conditions. But if you watched Kufta come up, the cornerback coming up to force that play in, he was like on skates out there. It's slippery.
22-yard line, and they will be punting deep to Wargo and Let Cabbage, as it is 4th and 4. It's a good kick.
Nice punt.
That'll drive everybody back, and they just watch it sail over their head.
He's going to pick it up.
Let Cabbage picks it up. He's at the 20, and he'll be buried.
That's what Danville needed, was a great punt like that, and they got it.
Derek Hennessy makes the stop for the Ironmen.
So a good punt there for the Ironmen puts Mount Carmel deep into their own territory. They are at their 22-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Now I look for who's going to get pressured here: Curry, Moser, Baylor, and Jancy. I don't know. I think maybe Shinsky will. He needs 12 yards. I look for him to get it on this series here.
Not exactly the most ideal conditions for passing, but he has gotten it done so far. Handoff up the middle. Probably. Just trying to see who's in the. Was that Let Cabbage on the bottom of that pile?
No, look, I think that's it.
Mitsura carrying the ball.
Yeah, number 21, Mitsura.
Mitsura, boy, it's going to be tough picking up those uniform numbers on Mount Carmel.
Once they get money, we won't see the numbers.
Let Cabbage is a little bit smaller. Dave Brown is a little bit bigger.
Now they have so many of them that they use in and out here.
They'll send 2 receivers wide to the left. Shinsky hands off the middle, and that's across the 50. Still on his feet down to the 42-yard line, and that is Let Cabbage.
Let Cabbage on the carry for Mount Carmel. Lenny Gephardt on the stop.
Lenny Gephardt there on that, but boy, that went for big yards.
Yeah, well, he's going off tackle and kicking it outside. You know, nobody's there.
Mount Carmel has definitely been able to use that.
You know, I think they got more speed, really, team speed than Dan.
43 seconds here in the first half remaining. Shinsky back to pass. He's got his man. He hits Matsura on the 37-yard line.
He picks up about 8 on that, 9 on that.
Looking at about 4 yards.
No, I'd say 3 or 4 yards. Yeah. No, they're saying he picked out a first down, so that was a 10-yard gain. And we're looking about 2 or 3 yards now to pass the school passing record, or to pass, yeah.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, to pass the school passing record of Mike Higgins there.
I tell you, if we're going to see Shinsky's number, we're going to have to look at it on the front because his back is plastered completely with mud. It's 1st and 10, handoff up the middle.
Yeah, we got a Kovaleski, New Jersey in there.
Stopped by a host of Ironmen.
And Kovaleski runs right into the middle of the pile. They'll move the stick about 1.5 feet. It'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Ran right into the pile there.
The Ironmen have to hope for some sort of turnover here. You know, you look out there, you can see the glare off the mud there. It's wet. You look at the uniforms, it's muddy. You know, the hands are going to be slippery. You got to hope that the Ironmen got to hope that Mount Carmel put it down the ground.
There you take a look at Shinsky. As we said, a Division I prospect. He is a big boy, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's back to pass. He's going deep, and that's kind of slipped off his hand. That ball went out of bounds. Intended for Letkavage, I believe.
That's like a fade pattern. He's thrown to an area, hoping,
or Dara, I guess.
Hoping that Dara would get to that area, but Dara on his pattern slipped a little bit and couldn't get out to the sideline.
Brings up another 3rd and long situation here. They were in a 3rd and 7 before at one time. Now it's a 3rd and 9. Boy, it looks like they moved the stick back because it was almost 1.5 feet, and now it's almost right at the original line of scrimmage. But anyway, it is 3rd and 9.
Got trips to one side.
Shinsky back to pass. It's a little bit of a trying to set up a screen there.
Hummer read that perfectly, and he followed Letkavage out into the flat there and made the tackle. There was no fooling Hummer on that play.
Well, that brings up a 4th now, a 4th and 15 or 16.
Shinsky back to punt for the Red Tornadoes.
And it puts Mount Carmel in a punting situation. Deep is Adam Moser. He'll be standing on his own 10. It's a high kick. Is he going to catch it? Oh, he just lets it ride, and it goes down to the 6-yard line.
Once again, you know, Mount Carmel has Danville pinned deep in their own end zone. Not good territory for Danville. You know, they haven't been real successful moving the ball yet offensively. They've had 1 or 2 plays, but they haven't been able to get the pass plays going, and so you got to be careful down here.
Yeah, as we get ready to pick our player of the game for Danville at the end of this contest, we're going to give him that CCN hat, and that's sponsored by Medley of Memories at 26 East 4th Street in beautiful Watsontown. It is 1st and 10 on the 6. Burquette back in there, and it's a handoff around to the outside, and Schultz is able to get a little running room there as Burquette comes back in at the quarterback.
Now, it looked like it was intended to be a trap, but the original hole looked like it was clogged, and Schultz took that outside and gained about 7 yards.
Well, that's why he's the Ironman's leading receiver. Curry comes out. They got Sam Hummer in the backfield as a blocking back. Ooh!
That is Schultz, once again for the Ironmen.
Schultz gets across the 15.
I'll tell you,
not quite to the 15.
He's fighting for every yard he's getting. You know, here we are again, third and short, and this is important that Danville gets this first down. They got to come up with a play that can get them 2-3 yards. You know, get that first down, move the sticks, run some clock. You know, stay close.
There you see number 99 just to the left of your screen. He was in the backfield that time as a blocking back. We saw Carm DiFrancesco use a lot of that when he was the coach here. Get one of your big uglies and put him in the backfield.
Now they got him at fullback.
It is 3rd and 1.
They fumbled the ball.
Oh.
Man, this is what happens on nights like this, you know. And But that's a big play. That's a big play. They needed to get that first down. Now it's fourth. They're going to have to punt it away. And Mount Carmel's going to come away with good field position here.
Well, Mount Carmel will send deep Wargo and McCaviage. And there is going to be a timeout by Mount Carmel.
Somebody's, Coach Brennan's got his hat off. He's mad over there. It looks like somebody wasn't reporting on the field for this punt return.
Viewers, don't forget that PCN's carriage of regular season football matchups lead up to the network's exclusive live presentation of the State Gridiron Championships on December 6th and 7th. When you're looking for high school champions, turn to PCN, Pennsylvania's championship network. And the rain continues to fall. Don't you just love that shot, especially from inside the booth here?
I tell you, I'm glad I am where I am.
Hey, we'd like to mention today's game is being brought to you by these fine area merchants. So when you stop by these businesses, please tell them thanks for supporting CCN's fall sports lineup. Kelly Mobile Homes and RV Sales, Spangler Motors, Kurtz Kawasaki's, B&H Motors, Tuberville National Bank, Bill Marks Auto Sales, the Hoover Furniture Galleries, Silver Moon Furniture Showroom, and Milton Trans. Now they get a 15-second whistle that says you got 15 seconds left in the timeout, and then you get the timeout whistle. So now Danville has got the punt. Good snap. It's a short high kick. It's coming over towards the Danville side. It takes kind of a sideways and then just dies on the 49.
49-yard line.
So Ben McConnell able to get down there and grab that, but that ball took one hit in the mud, Ted.
Just stuck there.
And there you can see a very important kid there. He's the guy drying the ball. He is being worked hard tonight.
These are one of those nights that I always got my assistant coaches, and I raided their lockers and got their towels. They couldn't take showers after these games.
Handoff up the middle. And it's Letkavich. And he'll get across the 47-yard line down to the 46, and it'll be second now and a long 6 yards to go. And we are down to 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Low scoring here, Ted, in the first half, and you've got to think a lot of that's due to the weather conditions that we're in.
Yeah, I think Danville wouldn't mind, going in at halftime 6-0. They would love that.
He sent Morgan and Wargo.
Oh, he's got the speed outside, though.
There he goes. Letkavich. That's close to a late hit, but Letkavich had to push his own guy out of the way, and that'll move the sticks. Again, exploiting that left side of the Ironman defense. And that's all the way down. See if I can pick this up. Down to the 24-yard line? No. And 28-yard line. And it seems like the big plays like that has been Letkavich to the outside.
Right. Well, you look at Danville's defense. They have everybody within 4 yards of the ball.
And there it's handed up right the middle to Brown.
Brown on the carry from
and he is down to the 26-yard line. Earlston on that tackle for the Ironman at 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
And
second down and what is that, Ted, 6?
Second down and 6. Mount Carmel's moving the ball without putting it in the air. Shinsky is a great passer, but the conditions, aren't suitable for passing tonight. So they're going to the ground and they're moving the ball, definitely. They just haven't scored but once.
Brown and Letkavich in the backfield. Wargo in motion. Shinsky to pass. And that ball was intended for, I believe, Wargo, but it was long. And that brings up a third down and 6.
He had Adam Moser on the coverage there. He had his back turned to the play. Didn't really know where the ball was, but it was definitely thrown too far inside for Wargo to get to him.
Adam Moser there on the coverage on that ball, but it was long. Shinsky comes back in with the play there. You take a look at some of the big uglies down front, and that defensive line the guards and the tackles not doing a bad job.
No, Zielinski said his defense, he was proud of his defense. They're doing a good job up to this point.
Oh, there's a draw and a great tackle by, I think, Jeff Williams, 61.
Jeff Williams, yeah. Number 61, Jeff Williams. Nice play.
Stopped by Williams.
Well, it is a 4th down now. And are they going to...
They're going to go. There's 4 down territory. I think they'll go for it here.
And here comes the drive ball in. And now the play comes in. There you take a look at that interior of that line right there is Jeff Williams. Had a great read on that draw play. Nice stop there for a loss of about a yard on it. And out of the eye, receiver wide to the right, one to the left. In motion is Wargo. Shinsky back to pass under a little bit of pressure. It's intercepted by Adam Moser. He's across the 35, the 40, the 45, and down to the 48-yard line. Look at Coach Zielinski. He is really happy. Like you said, that's a turnover.
He's fired up, man. Zielinski's down there.
There you see him. He
Great
said
play.
his defense was good.
Great play by Moser. The ball was thrown behind the receiver. Moser picked it off, scooted up the right sideline. Shinsky making the saving tackle. Zielinski's out there. My word, he looks like a heavyweight boxer hitting everybody.
He had a streak going there for a while, 92 consecutive passes without an interception. Then he threw one there last week. There is Ross back in the quarterback. He wants to throw. Oh,
it's dropped. Nice hit, though.
Who was that? Was that Jancy down there?
No, that's good. That's good. And I think the hit was made by John Dara.
Number 87, Derek Jancy.
That was Jancy. That was intended good in the same area. 3:25 to go. They had him, but the good hit came and knocked the ball, dislodged it, so to speak. And boy, if you're Danville, you got to feel good right about there.
You definitely do. And the defense has played well.
Out of the eye once again, they'll send Curry in motion. Ross hands off to Schultz. He's across the 45 down to the 44.
Good hard running. Schultz has given them good hard running tonight against this stingy Mount Carmel defense, and that's what they're going to have to do. Just keep the ball on the ground, run the clock, stay close, and hopefully something will turn around for them. 3rd and 5 with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Danville will certainly like to keep the ball and put something on the board if they can before they go into the locker room. Gephardt and Schultz, hand off to Schultz. He's trying to get off tackle, Ted. Not much there. No. The defensive line definitely held their ground there. Schultz has been running the ball, and like I said, that's what they have to do. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Z give it to Gephardt a couple times here.
Well,
although it's 4th down now, they're going to have to do something to pick up the 4 yards.
4th and 4. You're definitely in 4-down territory here on the 44-yard line. You're not going to punt here, are you?
No. Sure.
Now you're punting. You are punting.
I don't want to get the. If they're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes, I want them to go the full distance of the field. If I can pin them down, I'd try kicking it out of bounds, if anything, down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, Coach Zielinski wants to take a timeout and think about it. There you see Pat Ross coming to the sideline. There's Coach Z in the middle there in the white. Hey, it's state history in the making. Mount Carmel versus Danville, televised across Pennsylvania as the BCN game of the week. 148 cable systems reaching 9 million of 12 million state residents. That's today's border-to-border distribution totals for this great renewed rivalry between Mount Carmel and the Ironmen.
They're going to punt it away. Aston White is in there.
For the Ironmen, number 12, Aston White.
Well, deep will be Letcavage. He'll be standing on his 10-yard line.
What scares me here, though, is the condition of the field. You can get a punt return easily in this conditions here. I wouldn't punt it to him. I'd punt it away from him, definitely.
We'll see where White puts it. Mount Carmel did come awful close to blocking one. Is he going to go to the up man? Nope.
Got to get that punt off. Okay, he calls a fair. Oh, and it goes into the end zone.
It had a little bit of a chance to stay, and Schultz able to speed down there, but by the time he got it, it just went across. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes on their own 20.
Yeah, with 2 minutes to go, now it's important that the defense makes their reads, do what their job is. Don't try to do any more than that, and just prevent Mount Carmel from breaking the big one.
Well, if they're going to break the big one, you'd have to look that left side of the Danville defensive line and Spring LaCavage. That play seems to have worked several times so far tonight. There it is. See the standing water down by the cheerleaders. Yikes. Yep. Shinsky falls down. The handoff goes up the middle.
Brown on the carry for Mount Carmel.
To Brown. And it'll be 2nd and 9.
And Danville calls a timeout.
Stopped by number 15.
Coach Zielinski, he wants the ball back.
He wants it back. There you see Coach Zielinski going out into the Danville huddle. So now what are you talking about, Ted?
Well,
watch the outside.
They got 2 timeouts left, Danville. Yeah, you don't want anything. Let's prevent them from getting this first down. Okay, you got Mount Carmel deep in their end zone or down in their end of the field. Let's not let them get the first down. Let's call timeout right away. Let's see if we can't get them to punt and break a punt return and maybe get one play in which you could throw it, into the end zone. You're hoping to get the ball back at this point.
They still have 15 seconds left on their timeout. Again, rain continues steady. It was just misting when we came here tonight, and the rain has picked up. And on that last play, Shinsky fell down delivering the handoff.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he got stepped on. Maybe one of the linemen in pulling out away from the center, he might have got his foot stepped on and he fell down.
Well, you need the screw-in cleats here. And now...
Who calls it, Mount Carmel?
Or is
this just a official timeout? What are we doing here?
Not exactly sure.
I think they're maybe resetting the time.
1:53, 1:53 on the clock, 1:53.
1:53 on the clock. They won.
1:53 on the clock.
And the clock's still on the timeout sequence going down.
Wait a minute here, Phil.
And see if we get the clock set to 1:53. There you go. If you haven't been to Danville before, again, like I said, the clock counts down the 60 seconds that you have during a timeout.
Ball's on the ground. See, that's what you're waiting for, man. That's what you're hoping for. That's what Danville wants.
See if Shinsky able to recover that.
And Zielinski's calling a timeout again, so it's 3rd down, 3rd and 11.
Danville.
And Danville will have no timeouts remaining. I know they didn't take one off.
Okay, they didn't take one off earlier.
Yeah, because they called a timeout when they were all the way down at the other end of the field.
That's right. So that was their last timeout.
There you see the clock and how it counts down for the timeouts. PCN's carriage of high school athletics is made possible by Pennsylvania cable companies that carry the nonprofit network on their channel lineup. If you're enjoying this great football action, be sure to thank your local cable system for supporting PCN and giving these students a much-deserved statewide audience.
Coach Z out there in the huddle, he's telling them, okay, fellas, let's go. Let's keep them. Let's not let them get the first down. We'll try to return the punt, set up a punt return, get in good field position, and get a play or two off before the end of the half.
2 ugly exchanges between center and quarterback the last 2 times. Puts a 3rd and 9
Big
for
play.
Mount Carmel.
Big play. They got 2 receivers. They got to get them covered. There we go. Okay, draw.
Oh!
But he's tackled. Hummer right there, buddy. Who's out? Who else is
Hummer and also Williams.
And McConnell. Number 1, McConnell was in on this.
Oh, man, that was a great defensive series for the Ironmen, and it is now 4th and 16, and Shinsky will be punting from his goal line. And now the punt team comes on. They've got 1:20 to go as Zielinski really worked that clock. And deep for the Ironmen is Adam Moser. He's standing on his own 40-yard line. It's high. It's going to take a hit, and it kind of dies there, and it takes a little bit of a Danville bounce, and it'll be down on the 42-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Ironmen. They've got a minute to work with, Ted.
Yep. Well, that's okay. But they're going to have to use the sidelines. Or they don't have any timeouts, so they're going to have to be smart about this. Get what they can get and get out of bounds. Be careful they don't throw a square out that's picked off, because of Mount Carmel's speed, they could return it.
There you see Pat Ross, number 8, going back in at quarterback. This is the 2nd straight series he's been in.
No, they're not coming out in the passing set.
Well, they're coming right out of the eye. Gephardt the up back, Schultz the back, and they're gonna. Is he gonna throw it?
Yes, he is.
He's gonna try. It's a duck. It's a duck. It's a duck, and it's broken up by kind of each other.
Okay. Well, John Curry had to come back and help to break that pass up. Good.
He had Dara back in there also, but you see the way Curry was, or Schultz was so tentative trying to get his foot straight so he could deliver the big pass.
And there was no surprise there. They didn't fool the defense. They were back there with the receiver the whole way. It looks like Lenny got a little bit banged up in there in that play, though. He's holding his arm.
And it is now 52.2 left in the half. It is 2nd and 10. Gephardt again, the up back. And it is a pass. Ross is going back. Good protection. No, he's going to run. He's got to tuck and run. He's across the 40. He's across the 30. He's across the 20. He's across the 10 and knocked out at the 9-yard line. They've got 40 and a half seconds. Pat Ross scrambles for the 1st down, and they've got 1st and goal.
I'll tell you, that was a great play. It was a throwback pass. In other words, they had a tackle pull to the left side, and he followed that pulling tackle, and nobody was open. So he got up off the off-tackle's hole on the left side and cut back to the right and found running room and took it down to the, what are we on, about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, John Dara, the defensive back that knocked him out, comes up a little nicked up, and he is headed towards the Pines. It is 1st and goal to go for the Ironmen. And it's Ross. He's back. The pass, and it's intercepted.
No. Yes.
No. What? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Oh my gosh, Ted!
Incomplete.
It was in everybody's hands.
I'm not so sure if that wasn't intercepted. I'll tell you, that ball was batted up in the air, and I thought number 2 came up with that ball, but then Lenny Gephardt knocked it out of his hands. But I kind of think it might have been an interception.
It looked like an interception, and it went through a couple people's hands, Ted. But anyway, it is an incomplete pass, 32.9, and again, they've got to negotiate 9 yards here to get in.
It looks like Ross isn't getting a good handle on the ball. He doesn't have a good feel for the ball. It's probably, I'm sure, it's wet. They're trying to keep it as dry as possible, but it's tough conditions out there.
Ross is backed up, pass. He's trying to throw the fade to good, and that one is knocked down by Wargo.
Pat Ross pass intended for number 80, Nick Good. Broken up by.
Are you kicking a field goal?
Wargo from our
what down we have here?
Wait, I thought it was 4th.
No, this is
3rd.
This is 3rd yet.
Okay, 3rd and 9.
3rd and goal. Ironmen.
I think if they don't put it in here, they bring Brua out, put one in. Try to put one in. I don't know, Ted. We know what kind of a foot Brua has. Same formation, 2 receivers wide to the left, out of the eye. Ross will go back to pass one more time. He's going to throw the same pass. There's Good. He catches it. Touchdown!
Touchdown.
Nick Good, touchdown for the Ironmen.
He used his size. And Ross put it there for him.
Nick Good, 6'6" senior, comes down with the fade and the touchdown. Adam Brule will now tee it up and try to put the Ironmen ahead. We are tied at 6 with 23.7 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
Brule with the chance to put him up 1.
Danville has a chance to go into the locker room with a lead if Brule can knock this one through. Out of the hold of Ross. Good snap, good placement, and it's up, and it is good!
It's good, and Danville takes the lead. There's a penalty. Hold it. We got a penalty.
And there is a flag on the play.
We're going to have a dead ball foul.
We'll see what Fran Botero says. That's Fran Botero out there.
It's going to be against Mount Carmel.
As they talk to the Ironmen, the extra point is good.
Oh, roughing the kicker over here. Roughing the kicker from the kickoff.
Yeah, roughing the kicker, and they will assess it on the kickoff.
I'll tell you what. That defensive series that Danville had down there was so important, and Dave Zielinski knew what he was doing there, calling the timeouts, using the clock there, you know, saving the time there. He knew that he had Mount Carmel pinned back there. They were going to get the ball back, and they came up with some great offensive plays there to put the Ironmen ahead here right before half.
I'll have to ask this question to some of the people standing in the press box. I wonder if Mount Carmel's been down much. By the look of some of their scores, I don't think they've been behind very many.
Probably not.
Games.
Probably not at halftime. Probably at all.
I mean, they've really put some beatings on people. Panther Valley 49-16, Southern Columbia 42-0, Shamokin 40-0, Pottsville 21-0. Well, they haven't given up very many points, Ted. They've only given up about 6 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
yeah, I'd say touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. You're right. So their defense is tough.
Now, who's kicking this? White? No, Brill will be kicking it.
Yep.
He's got a good shot of putting this one in the end zone. Or,
and I'm sure that's what they want him.
Or squibbing it. And it's going to go right into the end zone.
That's right, into the end zone. Don't want to run back here. Put them on the 20.
And Mount Carmel will take the ball over 1st and 10 on their own 20 with 23 seconds left in the first half. It's the Ironmen 7 on a great defensive stand by that defensive front line. Also, the timeouts helped. 2 fumbled snaps. That helped Danville. And then the big play that came to move the ball by Ross all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Right. All right.
And they're going to just take a knee and get out of here.
Calling it the half. They're going to regroup. Hey, that's a great first half for the Ironmen. They're showing some life.
So the Danville Ironmen up over the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes by a score of 7-6 at halftime. Stay with us. We'll have halftime stats and all the second half action when we return right after this timeout.
The Anthracite Fire Company, 3rd and Market Streets, Mount Carmel, stands proud as our community's first fire company. Established in 1882, the Anthracite has served and protected our area for over 118 years. From the days of the horse-drawn steam engine to the modern era, the Anthracite has remained a community landmark, standing watch over the area from her Town Park location. Today, the Anthracite team consists of volunteer firefighters and conducts weekly firefighting schools for junior firefighters, ages 14 to 17. Training covers not only fundamentals, but also pumper operations, hazardous materials, as well as arson investigation. The junior firefighting program exists to ensure that our area will continue to be protected by volunteer firefighters for years to come. Since 1980, the men and women of the Anthracite have answered the calls of over 750 fires, accidents, and medical emergency rescues. Staying strong to keep our community safe, the Anthracite proudly stands watch for you.
Matlow's Mount Carmel has been serving the area since 1925, selling quality clothing for men, women, and boys. Matlow specializes in tailoring to all shapes and sizes. Whether you're small, short, big, or tall, Matlow's carries the largest selection of dress and casual wear in the area. Plus, Matlow's is #1 in service for your tuxedo needs, with both modern and traditional styles for your wedding, prom, or formal celebration. Matlow's carries a large selection of trousers and shorts in compliance with the Mount Carmel area school district dress code for both students and faculty members. And remember, Matlow's also carries a wide array of women's fashions. So check out Matlow's Mount Carmel for all your clothing needs.
Where can you find the largest menu of the most delicious food in the Cole region? Try Vine Street Sandwich Shop, 2nd and Vine Street's Mount Carmel. For lunches, dinners, or parties, we've got the goodies that will make your tummy stay yummy.
For delicious round or pan pizza with your choice of toppings, it's Vine Street. For a great selection of hot or cold subs made especially the way you like on the freshest rolls, it's Vine Street.
For scrumptious chef salads, the tastiest old-fashioned gravy fries, or delicious homemade soups and daily lunch specials that can't be beat, check out Vine Street. For all your party needs, including meat trays, sodas, party snacks, cold cuts, cheeses, and more, the best place to go is Vine Street.
Don't feel like making supper tonight? For quick delivery, call us at 339-0339 to save the day.
Or stop in and pick up the most delicious food around, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Vine Street Sandwich Shop, 2nd and Vine, Mount Carmel.
We have some halftime stats here. They score 7-6 Danville. First downs, Danville surprisingly has only 2.
Well, and if they didn't have any, they had 1 in the first quarter and 1 in the second.
Right, of course,
quarter.
it's tough going against this Mount Carmel defense. Mount Carmel, on the other hand, had 8 first downs. Danville had 13 rushes for 78 yards. Mount Carmel had 23 rushes for 119 yards, of which number 2, Letkavich there, had 110 of those 119 yards.
Wow.
Passing, Danville is 3 for 8. Mount Carmel is 5 for 8 with 1 interception. Passing yards, Danville has only 17 passing yards, and Mount Carmel has only 19 passing yards.
So Shinsky still needs about 6, 7. He needs to get to 26 yards.
Right. Total yards, Danville 95 and Mount Carmel 138. Penalties and yards, Danville had 1 penalty for 5 yards, Mount Carmel 1 for 15. Turnovers, Danville had none. Mount Carmel had the 1 interception that really sparked some life into the Danville team at that point.
You could say that.
And fumbles lost. Danville had 1 fumble, and recovered it. Mount Carmel had 2 fumbles, and they recovered both of their fumbles. Those stats provided by Brian Westfall from the Press Enterprise.
The newspaper here in Danville and Bloomsburg and surrounding areas.
I think we have to talk about conditions a little bit here, Bob. I know. Here's Coach Zielinski. You can see him. He's fired up.
He got the little skull cap on now, keeping his noggin warm. He looks like he was rolling around in the mud.
He's definitely into it. And you know, we've covered Danville a few times this year. Before we talk about the conditions here, we've covered Danville a few times this year. And tonight seems to be the first time all season that they've really had some excitement, some life in this team. I know they have looked pretty down at times. You know, we saw them. We covered Shikellamy. They were emotionless, I guess you could say, against Shikellamy, and same with Milton. But tonight they're actually they're playing a intense defensive game. Their offense isn't doing much, but hey, they're up 1 point. Conditions, don't you think, benefit Danville?
Oh yeah, there you take a look at the rain on the Mount Carmel side, and we talked about taking away the speed of the Red Tornadoes because you just can't really plant a foot and cut because you're going down.
That's right.
And Shinsky is having a real difficult time passing. Heck, he's had a real difficult time getting the ball from the center.
That's right. You know, and that's what was so key to that defensive stand down here when Zielinski was taking his timeouts to stop the clock, is that Mount Carmel twice.
A great piece of coaching there.
Couldn't get the ball.
Well, Mount Carmel did win the toss at the beginning of the game, and they deferred to the second half, so they'll be receiving the ball here. And it's up to Danville as they had a little bit of momentum coming their way at halftime to get that defense on the field and
see what they could do. You know,
lay the smackdown on them.
Well, this will be interesting here because, like we said earlier, Mount Carmel has never been down at halftime. You know, they're going to come out and receive the ball. This is going to set the tone for the rest of this game right here, this drive. See what Mount Carmel can do.
Again, we said that Shinsky threw the interception tonight. He came into tonight's game completing 67% of his passes. Very prolific there with 10 touchdowns and just 1 interception, and that interception was last week against Schick. That ended a streak of only 92 consecutive passes, Ted. Only 92 without a pick, breaking his own record of 78.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you wonder why a lot of the colleges around the country are looking at him.
Besides, he's a big kid, too. It's a low liner. It'll be taken on the 10-yard line and across the 20. And LeCavage gets to the 22-yard line. 32-yard line. And Earlston on that tackle. 11 minutes and 53 seconds. We are just underway here. Mount Carmel finds themselves down by a point. 7-6. Not only can you see the rain falling, but you can see the steam coming out. It is not only wet, but it is cold here tonight, too. Handoff goes to LeCavage.
Jancy with a nice shoestring tackle right there, and it was good that he made that tackle because LeCavage had the corner. He's going to turn it up.
And it brings up a second down, and why can't I even see that over there? It's second and about 7, a long 7. It is tough picking up those yard markers over there. And you can take a look at the field there. All that shiny stuff is mud. And there goes the pitch. Breaks the corner, and they'll try to get all the way down to the 50-yard line. And that is a first down for Mount Carmel, and that was LeCavage again on that carry.
Well, you had good pursuit there by the Danville defense, but LeCavage just cut it back up inside and picked up the first down.
They're into the game as well as Shinsky there all the way to the left of your screen. Brown is the up back. And there's the handoff to LeCavage across the 50. He slips down to the 45.
He was trying to make a cutback and he lost his footing.
Literally slips down. This would be a great game to be played at Bucknell University on that artificial
yes, it would
turf.
Yeah. Adam Moser with that stop. Not before he Mount Carmel picking up, what's that, about 6, 7 yards?
Yeah, that is, well, it looks like about
maybe
5.
5, yeah, 5 yards.
Second and 5 here, and we are just underway in the third quarter. And they run two of their backs to the side, and it's a quarterback keeper, Shinsky. Oh, and he's going to go down. That'll be a loss there, all the way back to the 48-yard line.
Number 12, Aston White, playing some defense right there. Made that play. It was supposed to be a handoff to the tailback, and the quarterback just didn't get the ball to him, so he had to keep it.
Well, they're putting two backs right almost in the flanker position. What do you call that, Ted? They had two backs real, like right behind the tight end. Offset to right, offset left, whatever. Well, now it comes out of the eye, two receivers wide to the left, and that ball is caught to the 40, down to the 36-yard line.
Brought down by Danville P. Wonderland.
And that catch there by Matsura.
Okay,
is that enough?
Well, see there now. Danville's running man-to-man on that play, and the outside receiver came in, and the defensive man, Danville's defensive man, who's supposed to be covering that receiver, was picked off. Couldn't get out to that outside receiver.
But it'll move the sticks, and it's a first down at the 37-yard line for Mount Carmel area. There's the pitch, and LeCavage puts it on the ground.
Okay, that was the set you were talking about.
Right.
You had two guys, it's an offset to the right. You take your power back and your lead back and put them out behind the tight end. Looks like you're obviously going to run that way, and they wanted to do that with the pitch, but the pitch was fumbled.
And it'll be now second and about 14. Official just puts down
Now you see the same set to this side right here.
And a hand off. Oh my, what a great play. Sam Hummer.
Sam Hummer is like a Humvee in there tonight, man. I'm telling you, he's just tearing through that offensive line there.
Sam Hummer gives him the Hummer hammer. Lekavich has no opportunity to do anything except just go down, and it is another loss. It's third and at least 20. They've got to get all the way down to the 26-yard line, and they are now on the 46-yard line. Third and about 20. 7:43 to go. Out of the eye one more time. Send the man in motion. Shinsky back to pass. He's just going to pop it over the middle.
Not there. He can't get a handle on the ball. That's the conditions. He's saying to the referee right now, man, we got to get me a dry ball.
Well, and the officials are obviously doing the best that they can.
Oh.
They're not even putting the ball on the ground until the center's ready to come up.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the ball, but conditions go both ways, you know.
Shinsky will be back to punt. Deep is Curry. He'll be standing on his own 10.
Shinsky almost didn't catch that.
And it's a short high kick, and it'll bounce on the 15, and it'll die on, they should have let that one go. It dies on the 10, but it's 1st and 10 for the Ironmen. A good defensive stand for Danville.
Right.
We've got 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
Hey, Coach Zielinski's got to be real happy with that. You know, thinking Mount Carmel would come out and maybe run the ball. I'm sure everybody thought Mount Carmel would come right down and run the ball at the beginning of the second half, but Danville did a good, fine job defensively. Now they got to move offensively.
And they're at least down there where there's some grass on the field. Ross is the quarterback. And it's handed straight up the middle to Schultz. He's across the 10. Down on the 12-yard line.
It's key right here to keep two hands on the ball. Don't let them strip you of the ball right here, down deep in your end zone.
It is 2nd and 6 now for the Ironmen. Pat Ross gets the play and gets in there. You can just saw him come in at the tail end of that. Gephardt and Schultz are out of the eye. Tight ends in. Ooh, not much going
not much there. But Schultz keeps moving, trying to get a couple yards. He looks like he got maybe one.
They'll move the stick 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 5. Is this a critical 3rd down here?
Oh, you definitely want it. Yeah, it is. It is, because if you don't get it, you got to punt, and you know you want to make Mount Carmel go as far as they have to, you know, for a touchdown. You want to get this first down. You want to keep the ball. You want to keep the clock running.
They'll run out of the eye. Tight ends in.
I don't think they'll pass it.
And Schultz is trying to get to the outside.
Not going to get it.
He is going to be knocked down at the 15.
Yeah. He's going to be about 4 yards short. So they got to punt it.
It looked like he was tiptoeing through there because you can't plant because you're going down.
Now you remember early in the game, Danville almost had a punt blocked. And this is critical right here too. I mean, look, if I'm Mount Carmel, I might be going after this punt right here.
Let Cabbage and War go deep. Oh, they're going after the return.
They're looking like they're setting up a return.
Nice
punt. Nice punt.
Taken by Cabbage on a 45.
Too much
Cross the 50.
The outside.
45. The 30. The 20. Cuts it back. He's on his feet. He's got one guy, and he gets knocked down at the 2-yard line.
That's what I kind of thought was going to happen on that punt, Bob. It was a low line drive punt. It was a nice punt, but it was a little bit too low, and it got down there before the coverage.
And it's 1st and goal to go for the Red Tornadoes on their Danville's 2-yard line. Call it the 1-yard line. Knocking on a door with 5 minutes and 17 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Last time, their last possession, not too good, and the one before that, they fumbled a couple of times. Shinsky just takes it in. Handoff right up the middle, touchdown!
Fullback, he was in.
Touchdown, Mount Carmel area.
I think that was Brown on the carry, and he gets the touchdown. And it now puts Mount Carmel up 12-7.
Well, that's what you're saying, you know, the critical 3rd down. that first down. They weren't able to get it. You know he's going to get good field position, but what you didn't hope was that they were going to run it.
It really makes me look like a genius saying, was that a critical third down? I guess it was.
Yes, yeah.
3 plays later, 6 points go on the board for Mount Carmel area, and they now lead 12-7 with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go. They will take a timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to discuss what to do here.
Whether to go for 2 or
what play they want to use or what they're going to do here.
To try to kick it for 1. Hey, PCN has truly become Pennsylvania's championship network for its exclusive carriage of high school finals in a variety of sports for television coverage of the best scholastic athletes and teams in soccer, field hockey, cross country, volleyball, football, wrestling, swimming, diving, basketball, track and field, baseball, and softball. Keep your television tuned to the home of high school champions, PCN, the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Going for 2 here, Ted? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they'll probably go for 2 here. You know, they've been pretty successful on the ground.
Let's see what Mike Brennan calls. That was the 15-second chime. They've got about 4 seconds to go here, and then the clock will start ticking as most of the offense, what they call the skill players, come on, your receivers and backs, linemen standing out there. They will go for 2. They'll spread 2 receivers.
Trips to the right.
3 receivers wide to the right, single step back, Shinsky back to pass. He's looking, he's going to throw it, and it is no good.
Okay. Hey, he was open. The ball was overthrown.
5 minutes and 13 seconds to go. It is Mount Carmel area 12, Danville 7. There you see the rain falling against the PCN Game of the Week. That's what we are here, bringing this game to you on CCN. I'm Bob Hickox along with Ted McFerrin from Ironman Stadium. Shinsky to kick it off. It's a low liner. And it's going to be taken by one of the upmen, number 24, who is Pete Wonderland. Wonderland will be knocked down on the 32
About the 32-yard line. And that's okay. You know, that's field position.
I tell you, in one of the earlier games for Mount Carmel, Shinsky threw 7 interceptions. And he kind of got himself squared away. And so just in the last 6 games, he hadn't had a pick, but can you imagine throwing 7 interceptions? We saw Milton throw, 5 interceptions in one game. Out of the eye.
Curry in motion. We're going to go with a pitch. Trying to get outside. This is where Mount Carmel's defense is going to step it up here. Danville, if they're going to get back, you know, if they're going to have a chance to win, they got to move the ball on the ground, and they're not being able to do that at this point.
Well, Travis Schultz back into the game. They have Scott Perquette in the quarterback there. You see, well, you don't see him there. You see the Mount Carmel huddle being cold and rainy, but Scott Perquette, number 7, in his first series in the second half. They'll run out of the eye again. They got the Curry in motion, tight ends in. Handoff up the middle to Schultz, and he's not going anywhere. He'll be across the 33-yard line. And it's another 3rd and long, Ted.
Yeah, well, if you look out there, the linemen on either side aren't getting good traction, and they're just on skates out there in the muds, and they're not being able to, the offensive linemen aren't being able to push the defensive linemen.
And your receivers are not able to get a good cut, as well as your running backs, but it's the same for both teams. There you see Nick Good, number 80. He is your tight end, and they have been in tight. Gephardt behind him. And there's a fumble.
Fumble on the play.
Again, you really got to watch that. And there's a flag.
We got a flag. What's this
Somebody
late flag
piling on there, or what?
See what he's got.
Dead ball, false start over here, illegal snap.
Illegal snap. As Fran Patero makes that call.
Illegal snap against the Ironmen.
Yeah, the people in the press box saying how late that was. It was a little late because the play was already over.
I don't think he could He couldn't get the flag out of his pocket. Slippery.
It's slickery. Or as we say here in Pennsylvania, it's slippy. It is 3rd and a lot. 3rd and 16.
Not a good situation for Danville. They want to stay out of these situations. They're not able to.
Burquette's going to try to hand off to Curry, and he can't. He's still on his feet. He should have went down the first time.
Nowhere.
Because he lost a bunch on that one, Ted.
I'm telling you, momentum has changed here. You know, Mount Carmel has now got the momentum back, and I think
the Cabbage big punt return.
That definitely turned it. You know, now this defensive stand and the fact that Danville has not been able to do anything on offense so far this second half.
Not the right personnel in there for the punt. It looks kind of goofy on both sides.
It looked like a fire drill.
Wargo will take it on his own 40-yard line. Oh, he's hit once, and a nice tackle there.
McConnell with a nice tackle.
He has been doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, he's had a good game.
Ben McConnell, only a sophomore. And then you see Burquette come flying in there. Look at this field. It is just atrocious.
What do we got here? We got a flag back down the
all
field.
the way on the
10-yard line. What do we have?
6 men on the offensive line in the punt. That's
Let's
a
see what
where it is.
They're talking to Mount Carmel, so it's against Danville. Motion.
Looking like a procedure.
All right, we have illegal procedure. 6 men on the offensive line against Danville.
Take the ball.
Penalties decline. First down.
There you go, Coach.
Yeah.
Make the right call.
Well, you take the ball, man.
And for the whole first half, Ted, there was not much. Cheering on the Mount Carmel sideline, but now the fans that are all bundled up and raincoated and umbrellas, they have come alive.
Well, I think you're going to probably. Well, let's see who we have in the backfield here. We got a clean uniform there at tailback. Okay, that's
number 30.
That's Kovaleski, I think.
And it goes to Dave Brown, the up back. He's down to the 48-yard line.
Brown on the carry for the Red Tornadoes. Ben McConnell, Kevin Metzikoski on the stop for the Ironmen.
Brings up a 2nd and about 6. McConnell in on that tackle, too. And sophomore is all over.
Yeah, he's had a very good game tonight, doing many nice things defensively and on special teams.
So Kovaleski in the backfield with Brown. And it's just a handoff to Brown. He's across the 50 down to the 46.
Power running right there.
I would say
nothing open like the guard, tackle hole, nothing there. He kicks it outside.
It's not 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's 3 yards in a squirt of mud. And now with the lead, it'll probably change the way that Mount Carmel is going to play the second half.
Sure. They're leading. They've been getting good yardage on the ground. You stay on the ground.
You're down to 1 minute and 22 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Mount Carmel up by 5.
That's Brown on the carry.
Brown will get back
probably
to the
got the
original
first
line.
down, but I'll tell you, he had to work.
Yeah, I don't know. They may measure this.
Gil Baylor on the top of the end.
He's got it. He's
Half
got
away.
it.
Oh, you're eyeballing that? Oh, yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, tell me.
He's got it, Ted. Are they going to bring the sticks, or what are they doing here? Are they eyeballing?
Yeah, they're bringing it in. It's good.
Ted Mack says it's good.
I think they'll just keep it on the ground here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's way good.
First and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Anyway, I think Mount Carmel just keep it on the ground. They've been successful. Keep running the ball. There in the first half, they had good yardage attacking Danville's right defensive side. I think that here comes Les Cabbage back in. I think you might see something quick and outside here.
They wanted to get that first down to keep the clock moving. Also, it's at 51 seconds, and they have the lead. There's that set, and it goes to Lekavich. Oh, what a tackle there.
Lekavich on the carry.
Pete Wonderland, I think.
Yep.
Pete Wonderland.
Wonderland on that.
Danville's not, they're not turning over for these guys.
There you take a look at Wonderland. I always thought the Ironmen had one of the best uniforms of the teams that we cover. I just think they're awesome.
I don't know. Coaching it, for 20 years at Warrior Run, I never got into the uniforms. I guess I don't know. Although I can't say I like the Buffalo Bills this year. I don't think they look too nice.
Hey, the time will wind down on us for the third quarter, and we'll start a fresh 12 minutes when we come back after this timeout. Mount Carmel 12, Danville 7. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back after this.
Matlow's Mount Carmel has been serving the area since 1925, selling quality clothing for men, women, and boys. Matlow specializes in tailoring to all shapes and sizes. Whether you're small, short, big, or tall, Matlow's carries the largest selection of dress and casual wear in the area. Plus, Matlow's is #1 in service for your tuxedo needs, with both modern and traditional styles for your wedding, prom, or formal celebration. Matlow's carries a large selection of trousers and shorts in compliance with the Mount Carmel area school district dress code for both students and faculty members. And remember, Matlow's also carries a wide array of women's fashion. So check out Matlow's Mount Carmel for all your clothing needs.
Archie's Shoe Store, 828 Chestnut Street in Coltmont, carries shoes for the entire family. From baby shoes to athletic to work or dress shoes, Archie stocks a large selection of styles and sizes to fit all. Choose from quality brand names like New Balance, Red Wing, Dexter, Naturalizer, Soft Spot, and Clinic. Relax and shop, and get that friendly, personalized service that only Archie's 50 years of experience can give. Need a prescription filled? Archie's fills doctor's orders right on premises. And for shoe care and accessories, Archie's has everything you need right in stock. Archie's Shoe Store, everything in shoes except your feet. Open Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
There you see Coach Zielinski still walking the sideline there.
He's got the towel around his neck. He looks like Rocky, Remember the Rocky movie, Yo,
fellas, let's get the ball back.
It is second down and 11 as we start this fourth quarter. Mount Carmel up by 5.
No, Wonderland couldn't get there.
Oh, there's a
Hummer down the line. We had some other Curry in on the play.
good hit there on the, let's see where they marked that one, on the 44-yard line. It is still going to be a long third down, third and about 8, Ted.
Yeah, this is critical right here for Danville. They've got to make a good defensive play right here and force Mount Carmel into a punting situation.
Sam Hummer doing a heck of a job on defense tonight.
They have. The defense has played very well. Now what they got to hope is that they can force a turnover.
Well, they probably are not going to be throwing it much anymore.
I would doubt it too.
Run it out of the power eye, split Wargo wide to the right.
He looks like he's calling an audible. Man, we got delay game.
He didn't like that one, did he?
Shinsky was going. He was yelling out to his. Shinsky was yelling out to his receiver, and then he turned around and said something to his backs. Looked like he was maybe changing the play there.
Big Ten schools, Iowa, Indiana, Michigan State, as well as some Division I AA schools, Villanova and Delaware, all think Shinsky's a good prospect. Not only can he quarterback, but he can punt the ball pretty well too. Hands off up the middle to Lekavich. and he squirts through.
The other thing Shinsky's got going for him, though, is he's a baseball pitcher.
Oh,
He's got a 90 plus,
yeah, I saw
90 plus
that.
fastball, and looking, maybe at minor league ball next year.
From the Heat. It's 4th and long as they are just able to get back past the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 8. You punting?
Yeah, you definitely punt. Danville's offense hasn't showed you anything this second half. You put them down there deep, pin them deep in their end, and there again, you hope for a turnover.
Danville certainly could use a block punt here. Let's see if they go for it.
He just couldn't get there.
And that's going to go out of bounds on about the 22-yard line. Call it the 23-yard line. Danville needs a good offensive series here, Ted.
Yeah, they need something to happen here. They need to find something that will work and use.
Oh, look at that. Wash that boy's uniform.
Wash his uniform. Look at his helmet.
Neil Baylor comes off with a bit of the turf on his helmet. And it's 1st and 10. Curry comes off. See Ross back in there at the QB.
And they got Hummer in at a wing.
Good grief.
They're going to try to run that right side. No, they don't. They want to run away from him. Schultz comes to the left.
He'll be across the line of scrimmage down to the 27-yard line.
Justin Leonowitz with the tackle there.
Schultz has to dig the grass out of his ear hole. Take a look at that. You can just see the rain fall in the mud, squirting between their toes. And just as critical as it is for Danville to have a good offensive series, Mount Carmel's got to have a good defensive series here.
They definitely have to control the line.
Schultz trying to get out to the outside.
They are. They're bringing the linebackers, knowing that Danville can only run the ball, so they're filling all the gaps with their defense. And Danville's not able to gain much.
And it brings up a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, and officials call timeout as there is an injury.
We've got an injury on that side over there. It looks like maybe a cramp of some sort.
Yeah, he tried to get up and then went right back down again, so it may be a cramp. That's, if you widen it out a little bit there, you probably will see it towards the top left part of your screen. Oh, there we go. Get the close-up shot.
Yeah, they're working out of a calf, cramp in his calf.
Matt Stan, our cameraman, standing way down there in the rain, giving you that shot. Keith Good up in the crow's nest, and Scott McVicker in the truck directing tonight's game. As the rain just continues to fall here in Danville, and as probably many other places across the
viewing area,
which is the entire state for this game. It is 3rd and a lot. Long 3rd down situation, about 8 to go. Ross will pass. He'll bring it up.
He's going to run. Oh, he's slapping at the ball. Did he fall? It came out. It came out.
Is that a flag back there?
We got a flag. We're probably going to have a hold, maybe.
Boy, Ross comes up kind of gimpy. He's probably one juke away from getting the big...
holding, against Danville.
He thought he was going to have that real big play again that he had in the first half. And Danville needs a big play.
Yes, they do. Cheerleaders throwing towels up. That's a good idea.
Towels?
Throwing up towels into the stands. Down here in Danville. They ought to throw some soap, too.
Oh, because they need it out here.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're not towels, they're T-shirts.
T-shirts. They need a T-shirt cannon. Yeah, it was a holding penalty that took the ball, or takes the ball, all the way back to the...
Hold on the center, tackle the guy. Gonna wind the clock. Hey, wait.
You can tackle him, but not if you're the offensive line.
Not if you're on offense, that's it.
And it is now 3rd and about 22.
Uh-oh,
What's
broken
going on
play.
there? Is that Perquette? Perquette back in there.
Broken play. He had reverse pivoted to pitch the ball going around the right side, and the backs were going around the left end. So, Danville unable to move the ball other than backwards, so they have to punt again, and that's the way it has been pretty much for the Danville Ironmen in the second half. They have very little positive yardage in the second half.
Are they coming after this one to try to put it away?
They're going to get good field position. His punts have been very low. Oh, man, look at them sliding out there.
Oh,
nope,
Mount
Mount Carmel got it.
Back to get that on the 40-yard line. Not exactly sure who was down there, but I know Adam Moser was there, and it was number 41. Jumped on that.
Okay, you got 8 minutes.
Lenowitz.
8 minutes and 11 seconds, Bob. I just looked for LeCavage.
Keep it on the ground.
LeCavage is going to carry the mail here, I would think. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know. I think that Dave Brown, fullback, he's a big, tough kid. Get him some carries. There he is. Oh, but he runs into the quarterback. The timing's wrong there, and the whole defensive Danville line just buries him.
Mount Carmel is not exactly moving as a well-oiled machine in this game, but again, conditions definitely have taken that away. Next week, the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes will travel to Selinsgrove.
Now, I think they host Selinsgrove.
Oh, it is home, yeah, that's right. They host Selinsgrove, and they will try to, if they can hang on to win this one, they will try to end this season undefeated. And next week, Southern Columbia will host the Ironmen. Handoff up the middle, and that is across that's LeCavage.
Yep, LeCavage.
Down to the 21.
Oh, that was
Metzura. And it's down, so where are they spotting that? At the
35, 36 yard line.
Right in the muddy part of the field. Oh, wait a minute, that's the whole thing. Oh man, that field is tore up, Ted. It is one big mud hole out there.
Oops. They pulled him off.
And there's a fumble, too.
They pulled him off sides. There's a fumble. It's just a mess up there.
It's 3rd and 5. It was before that.
That's going to be a first down. First down, Mount Carmel. And that's one.
Wow. Offsides on the orange 5-yard penalty.
I think it's enough for first down. Maybe not. If not, it's going to be close.
Oh,
yep,
that's
first down. First down.
I don't know. They scored here. And it's going to be awful tough to come back.
Time. Clock's running. Let's see. Who do we have? Who in the backfield do we have?
Can you
like
see?
That's what I'm trying to pick up the numbers.
Brown is the big guy.
Yep.
He's the up back. Shinsky will hand probably to LeCavage. He's across the 20. He's across the 15.
I think
that's
Matzura.
Thanks for the help. I can hardly see. And he is down to the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. 2-yard line.
Taylor made the stop for the Ironmen.
Oh, man. So Metzura carries it there all the way down and gives the Red Tornadoes a 1st and goal. people getting mixed up there. Either that or he got something in the face grabbing on his nose.
Okay, well, this is a big mountain for Danville to climb because their offense hasn't been productive much tonight. Just many points down this late in the game.
He'll try to give it to Schultz. He'll try to get to the outside. He's got a little bit of a touch. He's across the 30. He's knocked down at about the 31-yard line. And for Quinn back in there, quarterback, he was in the last series or so because Matt Ross got banged up and has not been back yet. The Cabbage on the other side got banged up. Curry is out. Gephardt, Schultz.
And they got Hummer at the wing.
They're going to run that way. A pitch to Schultz. He's across the 30. He jumps the 30.
He gets the first
6-yard line.
First down.
Hey, the only places any track has to be outside.
Right. You want to stay away from the middle of the field.
Danville's got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game. Mount Carmel has scored 3 touchdowns, but are unable to put any extra points on the board. That's how they got 18. Danville again points and a touchdown. They give it to Curry. Schultz. He is across the 30, 40, 3-yard line.
Is that bounds?
And officials come out here. They got to find the hash mark, Ted. They don't know where the hash mark is. And they wind it here now.
Put the ball down in the net. You got Hummer to the wing left there.
It is.
Maybe to keep running that sweep.
Bill Schultz gets knocked down at the
Keep the clock running.
40.
Now this
47-yard line. Where they stop it now?
Okay.
There is an injury on the Mount Carmel player. Just right down at the bottom of your screen, just like a camouflage thing.
Looks like he's got a cramp. Looks like he's got a... Hey, he's... That was a 60.
Hey, it's Danville versus Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania Cable Network's Game of the Week this week. In addition to covering state legislative activities, MCA televised events highlighting Pennsylvania history, tradition, and culture. If it's important to Pennsylvania, it's important to the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Hey, Ted, we got to start thinking about player of the game for hat from Medley of Memories in Watsontown will be awarded to that player. Probably looking at somebody on the defense. Heck of a job. And we'd also like to thank those people that have brought this show to you today. Kelly Mobile Homes and RV Sales, Spangler Motors, Kurtz Kawasaki, V&H Motors, Turbeville National Bank, Bill Marks Auto Sales. I need to take my Ford and do some four-wheel driving through there. Hoover Furniture Gallery, Silver Moon Furniture Showroom in Milton Trans. And that was number 56, Greco, who was down and favoring a leg. I don't know how you guys can see those numbers. Looks like a cramp. And it is a first down on the 47-yard line. And Danville, again, has about 4 minutes to negotiate about 53 yards. And again, Hummer out there in the wing, out of the eye. Geez, let me think. Did they run us? Oh, now that time they met him.
That time, yep. Nice tackle by 45, Mike Lashinsky. He's scraping down the line from his linebacker position, put a nice hit.
Ted, it's not like that's the first time they've seen that.
No. Well, you know, Danville has been getting, that's the one play that they've been getting some good yardage on. They're going to keep doing it, and it's the short side, it's in the grass, and they're trying to get out of bounds. But with the time running down, you got to come up with something other than that to score.
Got the tight ends in.
Again.
They're going to try. It's that halfback option. He's going deep. He's trying to hit. He was trying to hit Moser, and the closest player to that was Wargo. And there is a flag on the play.
Might be a late hit.
And the flag is right on the 45-yard line there. You take a look at it.
It's a hold. Yep, they're talking to the Mount Carmel kids. It's a hold. Taking them back.
Well, they'll repeat the down.
Replay the down.
That didn't help. Well, they tried to do that before, and nobody's getting a grip on the ball. Not even the ball boy. I've seen the ball boy out there fumble it.
Well,
there is Moser. He's going to be your flanker. You got tight ends in. Burquette is rolling. He's trying to cut. He's still on his feet. They got to stop that, or somebody's going to crunch him. He needed to just keep going. Needed to keep going wide and try to get into some grass.
Well, I think his receivers are covered, and there's nowhere for him to go. You're right.
I think Burquette was just looking for a towel now, as they get ready to call another play here, Ted, and clock is down to 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Burquette came over and tried to dry his hands off as much as he could, because he was stood up there. Somebody had him by the neck of his jersey, and I was just waiting for somebody to come in there and pop him. That's why the officials got to stop that. He's going to go back. He's being chased. He's got a little bit. Oh, he makes the pass complete to Nick Good. Oh, and Nick Good is cut down at the 43-yard line.
He's still far from the first down.
They have got to get all the way to the Mount Carmel 44-yard line.
4th and 13. At least.
You're going here.
Oh, you got to go at this point. They call timeout. They got to try to come up with a play here. I know it's been a gallant effort by the Ironmen tonight. You know, their defense played well. Unfortunately, their offense, they're not being able to hook up in the passing game at all. Schultz has run hard, but their lack of offense has hurt them here tonight.
And the lack of offense has not really been anything new. You take a look at some of the scores of the Ironmen, they've had trouble putting points on the board.
They have. But I got to give these kids credit. You know, they played well of a ball game tonight. They defensively, they played a heck of a game. But for a couple plays here and there, you know, it could much closer game.
10 weeks of high school football competition on Friday and Saturday nights. That's the PCN game of the week. There you take a look at the band. And this winter, don't miss boys and girls basketball action on PCN, as well as the match of the week wrestling. Exclusively on cable, exclusively on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. That was the Ironman band braving it out here in the rain. Let's see what Scott Burquette can go with the Dave Zielinski called play. Went back to pass. He's got a scramble. He's run it. Oh, man, he got stood up.
He got smacked real good there at the 50, at 21.
He got crunched at the 49-yard line.
By Mazura, came up and make that hit. So the ball goes over to Mount Carmel. And you know, I think we also got to say, at halftime, Danville was up by 1. Mount Carmel didn't panic. You know, they came out and they got back into their ball game. They knew what they had to do. You know, the conditions were not right for Shinsky to throw tonight, so they put the ball on the ground, and they're a class team.
Even to come on out here and do this in the rain, in the mud.
Yeah, the punt return was it.
Ooh. Give it to Brown, and he'll go down to about the
Brown on the carry.
46-yard line. That punt return?
The punt return was the big play right at the beginning of the third quarter, you know, there, and turned the momentum back towards Mount Carmel.
Well, Ted, you want to start thinking about player of the game for the Ironmen?
Well, I think you got a couple individuals. Yeah.
And Ted and I are just drawing circles on our programs, trying to figure out what we're going to do. Shinsky hands off to Brown up the middle, and they'll be satisfied to just run it in there. They've got 50 seconds left to go. And Ted and I have unanimously picked our player of the game, and the officials called a timeout for the Danville Ironmen, and he will be awarded the CCN white hat there from Medley of Memories in Watsontown. How about that, Sam Hummer?
Sam Hummer played a very good game from his defensive end position, yes. He was in on many tackles. It seemed like, you know, he ran down. I remember watching him run down the one play.
Made a good tackle, had a good angle on him, as you can see one of the Mount Carmel players
early in the first half, he ran down LeCavage down there on about the 8-yard line. He's in on a lot of tackles, and I think Sam Hummer deserved player of the game.
Played flanker, played running back, been all over there. You see him right in the middle of your screen. Sam Hummer, 6 foot, 225 pounds, senior for the Ironmen. And the Ironmen have played a tough defensive game. There it looks like number 72, Joe Daukus for Mount Carmel.
Well, you got to hope these guys' injuries aren't serious, because they have gone through a rash of injuries here at Mount Carmel. They don't need any more at this point. I mean, you're 2 weeks from the playoffs there. You want to start getting healthy and get ready for them.
Tough game. Danville gave them all they could handle there, and you know, for about 3 quarters, early in the third quarter, and then that big punt return is the thing that stuck a fork in them.
Okay, that does it. We take the knee there. The clock runs out. You know, Mount Carmel comes back and wins the second half, but I don't think Danville, you know, they don't have to go away with their heads down. They can keep their chins up. They played a darn good game.
Danville defense was tough tonight. Sam Hummer, our player of the game. So we'd like to say thank you for watching CCN's Game of the Week, and also PCN's Game of the Week. For our crew, Keith Good up in the bird's nest, crow's nest, and Matt Stan down there in the rain, and our director tonight, Scott McVicker, my partner, Ted McFerrin. I'm Bob Hickok saying good night, everyone, where the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes win 18-7 over the Danville Ironmen. We'll see you next time right here on CCN. Good night, everyone.